Alright, in this video I'm going to demonstrate setting up the network on our newly configured Debian system. So we'll go ahead and log in as root. And most of the network configuration is set up simply in the etc network interfaces file. So we'll use nano to edit that file, etc network interfaces. Notice I'm using tab complete. That's a really handy tool. Helps you from making a lot of typos on the command line. So etc network interfaces, I'm going to open that up, and as you can see here, this is the basic configuration that we get when we're installed. We have the hot plug interface. The new Debian names the interfaces based on their location on the PCI bus. So we have interface names like ENP0S3. This is set up to allow it to be hot pluggable. For a server, generally these are going to be static interfaces, so we just use auto ENP0S3. Now, of course, in this instance, we're getting a DHCP IP address, but we might want to set up an interface, for example, that has a static IP address, in which case we would simply do inet static. And we can do address 10.0.2.15, netmask 255.255.255.0, and gateway 10.0.2.1, for example, and then we can save and quit. Now, one thing I forgot to do actually before I went and clobbered that interfaces file, I forgot to look at our actual current configuration. So I'm pulling that out of my memory. But if I wanted to look at our current network configuration, I just do IP space ADDR, and it's going to show me here that interface ENP0S3, and there we have that IP address 10.0.2.15. The /24 that's the netmask 255.255.255.0, just like we set up. What it doesn't show in this particular instance is it doesn't show our gateway. So I would, in order to get that, I would just do IP space route, and we can see the gateway. Oh, actually the gateway is 10.0.2.2. So I need to fix that in our interfaces file. Notice here, though, we actually have three interfaces. You're always going to have the loopback interface. We don't need to worry too much about that. 127.0.0.1. There's our first interface. That's the one we were configuring. And this is our second interface. Remember I said that this box was set up with two network interfaces, ENP0S8. So let's remember that interface name, ENP0S8. And go back and edit that etc network interfaces file. So there we go. We've got that, so we're going to do that gateway. We're going to change that to 10.0.2.2. And then we're going to go ahead and make another section for our auto ENP0S8. Then we're going to go ahead and set that up with another static address. IFACE ENP0S8, mynet static, and let's with an address 19. Let's see here. Apparently my number pad doesn't work. 192.168.32.10, and then we're going to give this another netmask. 192.168. No, sorry, netmask is 255.255.255.0, and in this case, we're not going to go ahead and set up a gateway address because you only want one gateway address in this whole interfaces file. If we set a gateway down here too, then the system wouldn't know what interface to access the internet through. So this keeps everything working by having only one gateway here. So we'll go ahead and Control O to write this out, Control X to quit, And we can reboot the whole system if we want, or we can do if down enp0s3, and then we can do if up enp0s3, and if up enp0s8. And now let's look at this, and there we have it. So we can ping the internet. Yes, we're able to ping the internet. And we can also ping that a machine on that local network, which is 192.168.32.1, and sure enough. So there you have basic network configuration. If you're setting static network configuration like I did in this example, you'll also want to make sure that your DNS settings are correct. So to do that, we're going to look at the etc resolve.conf file. Notice it's resolv.conf. In here, you'll see you have a domain and a search and name servers. This came through our DHCP. If that's correct for your setup, you can leave that. A lot of times you'll want one of your name servers at least to be a public name server like Google's DNS, and then you could do something on your private network as well. Have a couple of name servers there, or just use a couple of Google name servers. This came through DHCP. If you have a DHCP interface, you don't need to worry about the resolve.conf file. But if you don't have any interfaces configured with DHCP, you'll want to go ahead and set this up. Otherwise, you might have difficulty resolving domain names.